Hello everybody, this is a Lamley unboxing slash showcase. Hot Wheels Car Culture L case sent to me by Mattel. Very interesting. This is Eurospeed. There is an embargo. I am filming this before July 15th, but this is July 15th is the embargo. I don't know when I'm going to be posting this video, maybe afterwards, but I can show them. It's just they can't be in the store before July 15th. The reason why, I don't know. It might have something to do with the Ferrari. The LaFerrari's in here. That's new casting. Bugatti. I don't know. But if I can find out, maybe I'll mention it. But in this video, I won't know. Anyway, this is the new Car Culture mix. There's some real anticipated. I mean, I don't know if anything surpasses Circuit Legends with the Ferrari Chase and the Porsche. The two Porsches. That was an amazing mix. But this one's not bad. You know, I think they're... Well, let's just open it up, right? Let's just open it up. I've never seen this embargo on a Car Culture box before. Sent to me directly from Mattel too. So I guess there's, well, no, it says July 25th. So you know, when it comes, this didn't even come from the distribution center. This came directly from, so, I mean, maybe there's something having to do with this box. Maybe the boxes themselves, once they arrive later this month, early next month, they won't have that embargo on there, but who knows? This is what I've got. It was interesting to me. Let's get right to it. We've got, I already see a 05. This is going to be a fun one. Well, it already is, but here we go. We've got, I think, several that have moved into premium and a new model, which everyone's going to be very interested in. Automobili Pininfarina Battista. A lot of syllables. Automobili Pininfarina Battista. Now, we've seen this casting before. This is the first time it's in premium. This is actually was, I think, debuted as Hot Wheels ID, then moved to basic. We'll do a car show on this one. I'm really excited to have this one in premium, and Eurospeed obviously is the theme. Here are the models. Now, I wonder, too, with the ones I've got... I think they, well, maybe with the Ferrari there'll be a sticker, because we saw that with the 499P, a Ferrari branding sticker on this, but I guess we'll just learn as we go. So this is the Automobili Pininfarina Battista Euro Supercar. Fantastic. Nice to see this theme again. Maybe in the car show we'll talk about the original Eurospeed. I think it's been used once before. So that one's cool. Obviously there are two of those in this mix. Next one, another one that's been converted from basic to premium, the McLaren Solus GT. I saw footage of this racing at Goodwood Festival of Speed over the weekend, and I was like, that's an awesome car. I have not been that interested in the casting as a basic. I might be more interested in it as a premium. So I welcome it. I don't know if I'm not interested in it. Sometimes these hypercars... I'm not going to say I'm not interested. I am interested in hypercars, but some more than others. These kind of like quasi-race cars that look more like a race car than a street car. I don't know. It's a fascinating. It's glad to be. All right, the two of those. I'll just shut up and we'll do the car show. We'll figure out what to do with that one. All right. I already know it's here because the way I opened it, saw that 05. So Bugatti Bolide. Also started as a basic, moves to premium. We get it in that signature blue and black, but this is not, and I noticed when we did the sneak peeks, this is not totally black. This is, I would say, almost gunmetal, metal flake gray. We'll see it better when we get it in the studio. But very nice to see the Bolide. It's another one that I love seeing go premium. Bugattis are always welcome. And I guess this one is, I'm inconsistent because this car actually is basically a race car as well, but pretty fascinating, and I'm really happy to see it. So I should give this one more of a break because I just said this one, and there's very little difference in terms of the approach to both of these cars. So I'll be good about that McLaren. Bugatti Bolide, we saw one in Malaysia, and is pretty mind-blowing. Kind of like so over the top, it's kind of crazy, but a really cool car. Excited to see that one. And look at this. This one is all black. You can get a sense, I think, with the Chase. You can see the difference in the colors here. This one goes from gray to a full black Chase. Wheels are the same. Artwork is the same, but this one is just jet black through and through. It makes these taillights really pop, which is cool. So we'll be really excited. Oh, and the little X headlights as well. Very, very excited to have the Chase. That is awesome. All right. We'll obviously open that one up too. Aston Martin Vantage GTE. This is the second time. It started as a basic as well, moved to premium a couple mixes ago, or a couple years ago, I think. And so nice to see this one. This one is in a standard Aston Martin deco, very like street version for sure. All of these are street cars, right? And so to speak, they're not daily drivers, I don't think, any of them, but enhanced street cars, I guess is the way you'd put it. Vantage GT. So I like this casting. Didn't like it as a basic. Do like it better as a premium. I think this is going to be the best version of this one so far. This one in the McLaren, I'm a little worried about hanging, but if you get the whole set, it's worth it, right? It's worth it. This is a good mix. It's a good mix of cars. Two of those, and then as excited as people might be about that Bugatti Chase, this will be the model that everyone wants. This is the LaFerrari, designed by Ron Wong. This will be the essence of. We're gonna focus on all these models for the car show, but we'll do the old LaFerrari versus the new. It will be a little bit laughable, but so excited to see this one with the mirrors, all the details. That's a pretty. I mean, I sure will be fine once it's open, but that blister is tight. It's got it really pushed in there, so that's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's for both of them. This one's pushed in a little bit more than this one. Maybe I'll open that one just to be sure when we do the showcase. But yeah, very, very excited. Now, is there a... Yep, there is. So Ferrari, as part of their deal, is if there's a Ferrari in the line, that obviously didn't show up on the other ones, but if there's a Ferrari, actual Ferrari, it gets the Ferrari licensing sticker, not just branding. I wonder if there's anything else that says Ferrari. I know it has to have the sticker. That's clearly a thing with Ferrari in this new licensing agreement with Hot Wheels. So there we go. I mean, this will be the talk, and it should be. It's really exciting. Ron killed it with this casting, those side mirrors especially. Let's get to it. Let's just do the car show, move into the studio to give it proper light. And all right, let's do it. All right, let's get right to it. I came back outside because the lighting is so great. When it's overcast, it's fabulous. So let's get right to it. We got these three converted basics. Let's get through those, and then we'll get through to the, you know, what everybody's waiting for, the Bugatti and the Ferrari. Aston Martin Vantage GTE. This is actually a very nice version because it's based on a real car. I already showed all this stuff to you, so I don't need to do that again. But it's, yeah, I just... as I said in the unboxing portion, I do feel like this will be like half mega popular and half potentially peg warming. This is cool. This was originally started as Golf, went to premium maybe last year before that, and it kind of hung, I think, on the pegs. This one is nice. You know, it's just not a casting that seems to have registered with collectors. Connected with collectors. I think it's nice, and having it as part of a full set I think is great. And I know that's all I can really say about it. It's nice. I would love to see the DBS kind of come in here. I don't know where they'd place it, but it's I think it's the best Aston Martin casting and might do very well in one of these sets. So that's that. I know that's all I really have to say. I could have pulled them out. I'm not going to. Same thing with the McLaren Solus GT. I saw this at Goodwood, right? I saw the footage of Goodwood, the Festival of Speed, just the other weekend, and it was cool looking. This casting may or may not really capture it. At the same time, these kind of one-off, I guess you could say the Bolide is very similar, but these kind of one-off, like, not one-off, but like these ultra hypercars, you know, that are built for speed. They're basically race cars. They're interesting, I think, from a technological standpoint. I don't know if, I mean, ultimately, this has not been a very popular casting as it is, and so I guess, you know, you as collectors, and I'm a collector, I'm not that interested in it. And I think there's better choices, but, you know, for Eurospeed, I guess it's cool. You get a McLaren in here, but there's other McLarens even, I mean, there's others I'd put in here, I guess I would say. I'd even go with Speedtail again, but I don't know. It's okay. It got converted to premium. You guys can tell me if you're much more excited about it, and maybe you can convince me, but I'm kind of whatever about it. This one I think is a fantastic choice, and I'm really glad. This is actually the third time this casting has been converted, which is fascinating. If I put this here, so if we go through it, I don't have all the versions, but I will go through the basics here. And let's go somewhat backwards, because there was a Zamac version, but it's been released in, I basically kept the first time it went into basic. I've got those in the collection. I think yellow might have been the first version. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember the order. But these were very clean. They had really nice detailing in the rear, really nice detailing in the front. The casting is well done. I actually think these saw blade wheels look really cool on them. Obviously in black there. And then you had the blue version, this might have been first actually, this time with the chrome saw blades. That one looks cool, same amount of detail. And if you remember, this was what, 2 or 3 years. It was a red edition as well. You can see the red there on the back. And this one looked cool. And I thought these 3 clean ones, I was like, whatever they do afterwards, I don't think I need them unless they do clean colors, like just, and they haven't, right? They just did these basic ones. Now, this was not a first edition in basic, because if you remember, it is one of the more elusive models of the last few years, is that super elusive mix of Hot Wheels ID, the final mix of Hot Wheels ID. This was a new model there. This was actually developed for ID. You can see there's the chip. And this one was part of that mix. There's a Fast and Furious Lamborghini in there. There's a Porsche Panamera, I think, a few others. And this mix has kind of become a thing of legend. I got lucky. Orange Track Diecast sent me a note that there was one on eBay, and I bought it for, I think, for $100, and that's how I got it. I even messaged Mattel to find out about it, and they're like, "Oh, we think it was released," and it really wasn't. So even they didn't know about it. But so this one is very cool in this pearl color with the ID wheels. It's kind of a legendary car. Of course, I'm keeping that in the collection. So I thought that this little grouping, like, I was pretty happy with this. And now it gets converted a second time. So ID to basic, now basic to premium. And this looks great. Let's open it up. I mean, maybe a brighter color on this, but you know what? Look at this. I didn't even notice. There's like some side detailing, like there's a silver stripe towards the bottom, which I would assume aligns with the car. Yeah, the color is actually great. I was thinking it was a little bit of a bland color, but now that I look at it out of the package, it's really cool. It's quite well done, to be honest. I like the five spokes on it. Yeah, I'd go with the LaFerrari as my favorite of this set. I'll take the Bugatti next, and I'll put this one third. I kind of might put this one second, to be honest. I like the Bolide a lot. I like other Bugatti castings better, but yeah, that's pretty nice. So there's that little family of Pininfarina. It's very hard to say. Automobili Pininfarina. All right, and I'm going to put, just because we're doing the car show here. Let's get to the Bugatti. We'll start with the normal version, or the regular version. This one is really based on the signature color blue and black, right? From this one, and we've already seen it. It was the original of the basic, but this one has kind of a gray. We'll get to that. We'll maybe compare them. This is jet black with the blue trim, and all things considered, this is a basic. It's really, really nicely done. You got the blue trim, you got those signature taillights done, which would have been really disappointing to see this casting done in basic and in any form and not have those taillights, because I think that was the signature, was that X-shaped taillight in the back for the Bolide. If you remember, I was able to see one with the Mini GT crew in Malaysia, which was amazing. It is a pretty phenomenal car, but it's one of those just like over the top kind of cars, kind of like the McLaren. Like, it makes no sense. It doesn't need to make sense, right? So that's the basic version. And then you've had 2 colors since. I think it's 2 colors, right? We had the yellow trim also with that. That was the next. I think it was only released in 1 color the first time. Then you had it with the yellow trim, which looks cool, and they did the yellow trim on the wheels, which I think was nice. And then the third one released recently is with the red trim. I'm not missing one, right? I don't think I am. So red trim on the wheels, red trim on the top, tail lights, of course, done. They even do the spoiler. I wonder what Bugatti wanted. They probably had to spend like a fraction of a penny more on these, maybe take a fraction of a penny from another casting. No complaints here. You want these done well. And the Bugatti Bolide looks good. Now we have it in premium. So you can see very clearly that there's jet black, and this is more of a gray. Let's be better once we see it out of package. So let's open that up. Here it is. I'll just show you real quickly, just if you want to see a comparison. You know, some slight differences, more detailing in the pinstriping. You got more stripes on the spoiler. Color is obviously different, jet black to more of like a metal flake gray, which makes it nice. Wheels are essentially the same. It's like the premium version of those Aero style wheels. The back, yeah, pretty much the same as well. So yeah, not much detail, but having a premium version is great. And then of course, because it's the Chase, it makes it a little more interesting. So here we'll put this on the turntable by itself. Looks really good. Yeah, I'm happy to, all of these I'm happy to see. The McLaren, I actually think there should have been a better choice. But the Aston being there is great. I probably would have picked a better choice of that, but the Bugatti Bolide is great. You know, and we've had the Chiron's gone premium, the Veyron's gone premium. I think the new Veyron went premium. Has it? Maybe it hasn't. The Veyron casting, it's the best one, the most accurate. And now the Bolide has, and of course the EB110 has. So they're all cool. This is even cooler, getting a jet black Chase. Now the Chase, just remove the fact that it's Chase and add to the fact that you're getting a jet black Bolide with this trim. Really pops. So let's open this one up. 005, of course, that's the Chase number. You know, this is not going to compete with the 499P in the previous mix, but who's going to fight when they find a Chase? Yeah, that's cool. Love it from the top. Just the jet black. It really just kind of takes on a whole, like, actually, oh my gosh, I actually love it. Regardless of it being a Chase. You get the Bugatti, I didn't even notice that. You get the Bugatti badging in the front grille, which you don't get in the basic. So that's actually a nice, really nice detail. This is fabulous. This will be, no matter what they do moving forward, this will be the best version of this Bolide. I think just because of the look of it, getting it in jet black. I don't know if they've created a jet black Bolide. It would be cool if they did. But this is next level. This is great. This is when, Chase or not, it just looks cool. Just Ferraris like that. And that's why I like they do black Chases, because they're not just, you know, Chases can be anything they want it to be. They could color them any color. But the fact that they do these in black, it really kind of gives them a, realistic might be the wrong word, but like a purpose outside of just being a Chase. Like it's a very sleek version of these cars. So I think that's pretty cool. So let's get, we'll get the other Bolides out of the way and put these in our car show. And let's get to the star of the show. There's just no argument. And it's the star of the show for me. I'm sure it's the star of the show for you. And this is a Ron Wong masterpiece. We've seen it in the sneak peeks. It's time to open this thing up. Before we do, yeah, we got to do it. We got to do it. Brought out the Ferraris. This is my Ferrari case, one of them from the old. This is my old case. I don't have a ton of room here without ruining the cars, but so there's the top. I have them in order of release. So the last car released before Ferrari went away was the LaFerrari in basic. So we're gonna get it out and we're gonna do the old casting a complete and utter disservice. So we'll do the comparisons. That's all that was released of the basic. And from everything I've heard from the design team, these tools, these older tools, are not coming back. If they come back modified. Obviously, Premium LaFerrari is the first example of that. Well, no, a lot of them, the 40s one. So we'll do the comparison. We'll get these here. But for now, let's get this one opened up. We gotta see in-person Rons, and then we get to do the comparison of the LaFerraris. You just see how much has changed. I mean, there's some great realistic Ferraris. And this was done with more of a premium budget as well. But okay, so before we put it on the turntable, maybe I'll do a turntable shot of both of these. Do we even do this? Remember, look again. This was done in very Hot Wheels style. So whoever designed it, I'm not ripping on their design techniques. This was a time when it's like these cars, there was a push, like make them track friendly, make them Hot Wheels friendly, put the big wheels in the back. And we've since, as collectors, demanded more realistic proportions. Hot Wheels are still Hot Wheels, but we've demanded it. Ron has delivered it. So there's your top view. There's your front view. Here's your side view. Here's your back view. And there's your mirror view. Ron worked very hard. He's told us he wanted the mirrors on this one. He was like, they're so iconic. And he got them. So that's some really creative designs. I think it's part of the interior. Actually, you know what? I switched to the close-up camera because we got to see. Yeah. I think what he did is the roof becomes part of the window, so they can insert the window piece on top of the interior, and the interior has the mirrors. Yeah, that's brilliant. This is why Ron is such a great addition to the premium team. See, now that I can go close-up, you can see the big differences there. That's better. Quite a change, huh? Quite a change. All right, let's put this on the turntable. It's beautiful. What have we had so far from Ferrari? We've had the RLC set with the 499PP or 499P premium, right? Or RLC. Then we've had the premium version from the last mix, which was wildly popular, especially because it's a chase. Then you've had the three basics, the SF90, the F40, and the, what is it, the 365, I believe. I'm going to say of the Ferraris released so far, and there's a lot more coming, I think the F40, well, they've all been very popular, but I think in terms of casting quality, this is, I don't know, that 499P is great. Most interested, casting I'm most interested in, there's your winner. It's beautiful. Ron killed it. Killed it. All right, there we go. We've done the comparison. So by the way, there's a recolor of the LaFerrari. So there's those. We'll put those off to the side. And there you go. You tell me what you think. Yeah, I think couple peg warmers mixed with just crazy popular models. The LaFerrari being the real, like, obviously it's going to be, it might go before a chase goes, honestly. It's going to be that popular. And it's a deserving mix. You guys tell me what you think. Thank you, everybody. Bye.